Once upon a time, before the room that I now call my own and preside in was mine, it belonged to my sister, and when she moved out, she left a cupboard containing a small number of her things. So let's play America's new favorite game show. What's in my sister's cupboard?
What's in my sister's cupboard? What's in my sister's cupboard? What's in my sister's cupboard? What's in my sister's cupboard?
Okay, let's have a look at what we've got in there. So, we've got Harry Potter, with the Harry Potter and the Harry. We've got 17 Again, starring Zac Efron. It's quality movie right there. Miranda Hart, now that's what I call a live show. Damn straight. Ooh. The Sims. Alright, so in here we've got The Sims Unleashed, expansion pack, which is an expansion pack, so we're not going to use that. Now we've got the Tim's Double Deluxe. The Tim's Double Deluxe, which can... This is the worst package. The discs fell out. Come on. The Sims Deluxe. The Sims Double Deluxe. The Sims Unleashed. And the Sims Superstar. Which... Okay, so The Sims Unleashed is definitely the one that was in this box. So I assume this is... Yeah, that's empty. Great. Even though on the back it's supposed to contain The Sims Living It Up, The Sims House Party, The Sims Creator, and the bonus Double Deluxe content. So, like, half of these discs have come from somewhere else. I'm just gonna play normal. I'm gonna play the deluxe edition, not to be mistaken with the double deluxe. Double deluxe. I'm gonna play this one. That's all I'm gonna play. Enjoy. I enjoy that on the Sims disc. It's got all these different language names. So it's got The Sims Unleashed, The Sims. Was it Tierche de... Sorry, I'm looking at the readout. The Tierche de Drauf, which I assume is German, maybe. Animals Duradales, which is like animals on parade, maybe. and then The Sims Entre les chiens et chats, which is just Enter Dogs and Cats. It's just got a completely different name in all languages. I just found that quite funny while I was installing it. What else is in my sister's cupboard? 17 Again, Zac Efron. If you somehow had the chance, would you do your life over? 30-something Mike O'Donnell would. Oh shit. Then one mystery magical moment, Mike gets his chance. He's suddenly back at Hayden High, where he's a star of the basketball team, a total hottie, and a classmate to his own teenage kids, which gives Mike a chance to go from not so good dad to a really cool friend. This sounds like trash. Zac Efron and Matthew Perry are 17 again and fabulously funny as the younger and older Mike in a good time warp comedy that proves the best year of your life is the one you're living right now. This sounds terrible. This just sounds fucking atrocious. Jeez. Sometimes a guy's best wingman is a wing woman. Just fucking go with it. Jesus Christ, just fucking go with it. Jesus. Ugh, it's covered in crap. The front's covered in crap as well, I just wasn't really... Ew. It's really mouldy. It's really nasty and mouldy. Just go with it. It's disgusting. Not the box, the fact that it stars Adam Sandler. It's disgusting. Music and lyrics with Hugh Grant and Drew Barrymore. Tuneful romantic comedy you must see. Well, wham bam, thank you Duran Duran. That might be my favourite just thing anyone ever wrote down. So when the new sizzling tween queen on the charts asks the has-been 80s pop sensation to write her a song, he grabs for another chance at stardom. Problem!
Alex can't say it with music, but he sure can't say it with words. Enter Sophie Fisher. His beguiling, if quirky plant lady, who has an unexpected green thumb for lyrics. Together they go after songwriting success and discover that if you want to write the perfect song, it helps to fall in love. So after getting it running, which took longer than it should have, I find myself overseeing a gentleman named Bob. Now, a weird thing happened where the Fraps frame rate was imprinted on the screen, and I'll try to hide it where possible, but if you see something weird, that's what that is. Sorry about that. So I've not particularly played any of the Sims games before, but most people have a rough idea, so I'll just quickly run over the basics. You control a bunch of people and tell them to do shit so they don't die, while trying to keep these stats in the green so they're all happy and chirpy and not being a pain in my ass. That's about it. Okay, so to start, I am told to move over here and stick on some music. So I stick on some Simrock, and it is this. Then I am instructed to create a chair, and thus was born the stair chair. Because privacy is for pussies. Not literally though, because that would kind of defeat the object of the stair chair. Bob's wife Betty arrives and serves lunch to her husband, who instead of greeting her upon her arrival, instead stares at the shower and hopes she doesn't realise he's there. Then he begins reading up on cooking skills, probably with the intent of not having to rely on his wife for food. Betty comes and compliments him, talks to him, gives him back rubs, and Bob tries to learn how to cook. Betty eventually gives up and eats her dinner inside alone. She finishes, washes up, and stands in her kitchen, wondering how her life came to this. After standing in silence for a while, she shakes herself to lucidity and turns on their modestly sized TV. She walks out to her husband and tries to discuss why their marriage has come to what it has. Bob simply continues to read his cookbook. Having decided he's learned enough for today, Bob goes inside and eats while his wife stands outside. Bob finishes his meal and goes back to learning how to cook. Day in, day out. This is the routine. Silence. Not speaking, just staring and wondering where the romance of their teenage years went. Bob occasionally dances to music, sometimes plays by the fountain, frolicking as in days of yonder. Sometimes gardening, watering the plants that grow on, unlike the love that has faded from his life. One day, during the normal routine, he comes across an ad for a psychic phone friend, and decides that his life has been missing a spice of socialization. He and Betty never really had friends, not truly. As Betty sleeps that night, he walks to her side, perhaps considering if they could still be happy, or whether their youth had taken that with it when it left his tired bones. Alas, he cannot bring himself to sleep by her side. He makes food and eats, pondering the prospect of the new life in store for him as a psychic. He dances by the radio and hears his wife goes to the bathroom, and takes the opportunity to take the bed back from that life-sucking bitch he once called his soulmate. Betty discovers him in the bed and goes to the kitchen to consume sustenance. She turns off the radio, mimicking the way she gets turned off every time she sees that fat fuck's face. As she eats, she ponders her feelings, her happiness, and whether she really deserves it. Fuck, I'm bored. Let's just make our own family. This is... Jesus Christ, this is depressing. You're fucking depressing, Bob. You fucking loser. I'd like you to meet the Geronimos. There's Sir Derek, his brother, Uncle Stuart, Lady Maximus Domicimus Mary, because I couldn't fit Meridius, her sister, Aunt Susan of Essex. For international viewers, Essex is the thing English people tell their children to scare them. There's Grandma, no one's quite sure on whose side, George, the sexy, stylish man of the house, and the two kids, Gertrude and Sergio. So, now, let me quickly answer your first few questions. Sergio and Gertrude are possibly the children of George and Lady Mary, or Sir Derek and Mary. Your next question might be, why is Sergio's name Sergio? Why is he wearing a tuxedo? Or, why is he black? Because he's magic, bitch. And as for why do Sir Derek and George and Lady Mary share the same family name, just don't think about it. They have 20,000 simoleons with which to buy their dream house, so they buy a house with a price tag of 19,297 simoleons, with spacious rooms and even a swimming pool. Unfortunately, what they failed to consider when making their purchase was that they would be left with a total of 703 simoleons with which to buy 8 beds, food for 8 people, a fridge, a stove, entertainment other than a pool, a table to eat at, and indoor lighting. So, in short, they committed to spending all their money on a really fancy mausoleum. Upon moving into their new house, with their 0 personal effects, the family goes straight to the pool while George stands and stares, wondering what the fuck he was thinking when he signed that contract. Uncle Stuart checks the newspaper, as if trying to trick anyone into thinking he might get a job and make use of his pointless ass. Sergio stands and wonders where the rest of his family is gone, while said family question why the magic butler hasn't served their drinks yet. Unfortunately, the kids don't get long to enjoy before they're off to school. Gertrude is almost late for the bus, so George stands in front of it so it can't leave. 'Cause I'm a good dad. Buns of steel and washboard abs? Ah, you must be referring to Grandma. The Maries come over for a chat and George makes some conversation for a while, but this guy's boring as shit. Am I right? So instead I take up a job as a subway musician, which is a nice way of saying I beg for money. With our remaining 703 simoleons, do we buy food, bedding, or cooking appliances? Fuck no! We buy a bitchin' bookcase, motherfucker! Sir Derek gets to learn about mechanics, as does George, to help him with subway musicianing, I guess. I don't even play an instrument, so I'm not sure how I'm planning to blag my way through this one. I also bought a chair with our remaining money, and George sits in it to read while Uncle Stuart enviously glares at me, seated upon the throne. Aunt Susan decides to also take up a subway musician job, because, let's face it, we're fucked. Uncle Stuart starts chatting up Sylvie Marie while the rest of the family gather to admire the new bookcase. Grandma waters the flower bed and, damn, those pool hours really have paid off because Grandma is ripped. George tries to go to work but almost misses his lift because Sylvie is standing in the doorway for like 10 minutes. The kids get home and Sergio shows off his wizardry by teleporting to the pool, where he does, this with Grandma. Gertrude stands in front of the bus like the dejected loser she is before getting into her swimsuit right down on the street. Lady Maximus gets off the throne and Uncle Stuart seizes opportunity and occupies it before anyone can get their grubby mitts on Uncle Stuart's stoop. Grandma and Sergio are still busy doing this. Frankie swims in our pool and complains that the pool isn't up to his fucking Frankie prick standards. Fuck off, Frankie. This is our house. We didn't ask you to contaminate our pool with your Frankiness. Your fucking frankincense. Fucking... See what I did there? That's clever, frankincense. You just got fucking burned, Frank. Good thing you're in a pool or you'd need to be rushed to the emergency burns unit, you bastard. Playing about our fucking pool. Derek and Susan have a lively conversation about planes while it gets dark. Meanwhile, Grandma and Sergio are doing this. Now this is the point where everyone started to complain and the shit hit the fan. Also, I brought home 90 simoleons from the arduous day of begging and kindly give my tired, hard-working wife thing a back rub. While this happens, Derek pisses on the floor. This is what we have the pool for, come on man! People seem to really want to sleep at this point, and so Susan and Lady Mary pass out on the floor. Derek stands in his piss, and I continue to research mechanics. Soon Derek passes out while the kids are having a midnight swim. The kids come inside and are mentally scarred for life by the sight of their uncle standing in a puddle of urine amongst the bodies of their family. Jesus Christ, this family is a shit show. Okay, I recorded way too much footage for just one episode of this. So if you liked this episode, hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe so you don't miss the second half of this. Just this.